Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to craftnursequilt. I know it's been a few since I've uploaded a video. I know the next one that I said I was going to do was going to be the lanyard. But I was thinking, and I kind of want to do some vocabulary. So, yes, it's going to be a lot of me talking. And eventually I will show you examples of a lot of the vocabulary that I'm talking about. But I figure some of you newer sewers might not know the vocabulary and be able to, decipher what the patterns or tutorials or whatever might say. So I made this list of vocabulary words, I guess you could say, for sewing. So here it goes. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'm sorry it's just going to be a lot of me talking, but you might find it helpful. I think that you would. I would have found it helpful when I was beginning to sew to know what this meant or what that meant or whatever. So this is just a few of the vocabulary words with some of the definitions. If any of it doesn't make sense, please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below and let me know what doesn't make sense, and I'll try to explain it better. And also whenever I start doing the examples of these vocabulary words, it'll make more sense then. Of course, that will be, here and there as far as whenever I do my vocabulary. And then there will be more shows, episodes, whatever you want to say, that have more vocabulary in it. So, without further ado, let's get started in this vocabulary. So, the first thing that I put on my list, and I'm just going to go by the list that I made, it's not in any specific order, but the wrong side of the fabric. What I mean by the wrong side of the fabric is you have one side that's a pretty side and one side that's not. The wrong side of the fabric is the not pretty side, meaning that the print or whatever is on one side. The other side, you can, most of the times you can see it through the fabric or through the back, but you can tell the difference because one will be brighter. The brighter one's the right side, the duller one is the wrong side. So the wrong side of the fabric is the back of the fabric without the print. Like I said, it might have some of the print on it, like, bleeding through or whatever you want to call it, but it is the wrong side of the fabric. The right side of the fabric, sorry, I can't talk that well. The right side of the fabric is the pretty side, the side that has the print and has the more vibrant colors and things like that. Now, whenever you see a pattern or a tutorial or anything that says RST, what that means is right sides together. So you put the two pretty sides of the fabric facing each other. Okay, let's see what's next. Alright, a scant 1/4 inch of a seam. A 1/4 inch is the basic quilting seam allowance. A scant 1/4 is just literally 2 to 3 threads less than a true 1/4 inch. Using a scant 1/4 seam actually helps a lot because then you have better accuracy, I believe. Because if you do a true 1/4 inch, then you fold or you press the entire seam allowance to one side, you're going to lose just a little bit. So if you do a scant 1/4, that kind of makes up for it. The next one I've got is chain piecing, which I am going to be doing a tutorial on chain piecing where you guys see exactly what it is. But it is a time saver, a thread saver, and it helps like whenever you have multiple things to do, like say you're making a block and you have 10 half square triangles you have to make. Do all those 10 half square triangles at once. You don't cut the fabric, you don't cut the thread in between. It saves your thread, and of course again it saves your time. Sorry, I lost my place. Okay, so wonky is another word that you'll hear. Wonky just means off skew. Like instead of having like a straight block, like a straight square, sew to a straight square. It's got angles, and it's got, you know, just whatever. It's improvisational. It's, you go, or you sew as you go. So kind of like no planning, and you just make it work. Which I love improv sewing because it's just freeing to me. So that's a good thing to do, and I'll show you an example of that eventually as well. Alright, improv sewing. Again, it is the act of designing as you go. So just say that you have like a bunch of scraps, for instance, and you want to make it into a pillow or a block or anything like that. You just take fabrics and just sew it together. No rhyme or reason, just whatever you feel like. You do angles, you do, I mean, anything. Anything can be improvisational. It is exactly what it means in any kind of, whatchamacallit, art, or just anything. You just improvise as you go. It's really cool. That's one of my favorite types of sewing, is improv piecing. Okay, scrap fabric. A scrap fabric can be anything smaller than a fat quarter. And I will be showing you guys a video on the different fabric sizes that you can use and what I consider a scrap piece of fabric, which can be a lot of different things. And my battery is almost dead. Oh no, let's hope I can get this finished. Alright, so machine feet. That is the different feet that come with your machine. They are called feet. You can get, like, you know, your walking foot, your free motion foot, your 1/4 inch foot, your zipper foot. It's just what they're called is just machine feet. And I will show you an example of that eventually as well. Let's see here. Quilt sandwich. A lot of people don't know what a quilt sandwich is. The quilt sandwich is where you take your completed fabric top, your batting, and then the backing, and you baste it together, which I'm going to explain what basting is, but you baste it together and you have a quilt sandwich. So easy peasy, not hard to understand. If it doesn't make sense, please leave me a comment in those comments down below and let me know, and I'll try to explain it just a little bit better. Alright, your feed dogs, that's part of your machine. What your feed dogs do is, it's a mechanism in the sewing machine that feeds the material under the needle, and it helps it, you know, just kind of guide the fabric. Alright, batting. Some people call it wadding, depending on what country you're from or whatever. And it's the material used to make the quilt sandwich. It goes in between the quilt top and the quilt back. You can use, there are so many different types of batting out there that you can use. I prefer 100% cotton, but you can use whatever you want. Okay, pressing. Pressing is the act of pressing your seams, and it's different from ironing, because ironing, you take your iron and you kind of push and, you know, do all that good stuff, and that can actually distort your fabric. So whenever you're sewing, you want to press. Pressing means you take the iron, let the iron weight do the majority of the work so that you don't distort your fabric. And I'll show you an example of that eventually as well. Basting. Basting is the act of combining the quilt top, batting, and backing into one to make a quilt sandwich. And there's multiple ways to do this. You can pin baste, you can spray baste, and I will show you examples of both eventually. But just know that there's different ways that you can baste a quilt. And basting a quilt is just where you get it all smooth and you're getting it ready for quilting. And it can be difficult at times because you got to get everything smoothed out and, you know, just making it. Alright, let's see here. Your seam allowance. It is the area between the stitching and the raw cut edge of the fabric, which means your 1/4 inch seam. So you have a 1/4 inch from your stitch line to the raw edge of the fabric. It's really not that difficult to understand, but if you do have a problem understanding it, just holler at me, let me know, and I'll explain it more. Alright, let's see what else. I believe that's all the vocabulary I've got for you today, guys. If you have anything that is, you know, confusing to you, like if you're looking at a pattern and you don't understand it, just make sure to leave me a comment or send me an email or whatever you want to do, and I'll try to help explain that for you. Don't forget, follow me on my social media. I would greatly appreciate it. I've got, you know, my Facebook fan page. I've got Twitter. I've got Instagram. I've got Snapchat. I'm getting more into Snapchat now. Pinterest, Flickr, all of that. I would love for you guys to follow me on it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because the more subscribers I get, it just makes me happy. And if you found this video any helpful whatsoever, please give it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Share the video with anybody you think it might help. And if you have any comments, suggestions, ideas for future videos, please let me know. I'm still in the process of moving and organizing and everything like that. I don't even want to show you this room because it's such a wreck right now. But I am so glad to have you guys on my side and on my team, because it just means the world to me to have your all support. So I'm going to try to get into the weekly videos again. It's a little bit hard because I'm still trying to organize all this fabric and, you know, just everything. Plus I have a craft show coming up that I've got to get ready for. I'm going to do a few tutorials along with the things that I'm making for that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, don't hesitate to leave them in the comments below, because I love hearing you guys' comments. So I will see you very soon. I've got a couple different ideas for future videos that are just quick and easy. Maybe a few 10-minute gifts. Okay, my thing quit recording, so I don't know what you heard. But I've got a few ideas for Christmas gifts. Quick and easy, quick Christmas gifts coming up, since Christmas is so soon. And anyways, like I said, any ideas, anything whatsoever, just don't hesitate to leave me a comment. And I will have my email address in the description box below. And don't forget to check out my blog, where I will have all this written down, if that helps at all. And I would greatly appreciate it for you to come and follow me on my social media, because that just makes my day. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you very soon. I'm sorry it's been so long, but it won't be long for the next one, I promise. And I will talk to you guys soon. I love you. Bye.